Welcome to the Consumers. My name is Greg Warren. I am here with Sean O'Brien. Sean, how are you?
Greg, good to see you, buddy. We're back.
Good to see you. Lots gone on since the last episode. We had fired Tim, and he reapplied, went through...
He did reapply.
Yeah.
Multiple interviews.
Yeah, honestly, Sean and I, it was up to us, he'd be out, but he went over our heads, went to Nate, went to Adrian, went to Felix.
Men of integrity.
Went to Dusty, went to Bates, went to Weber.
Yeah.
And, I mean, end of the story is he's here.
Yeah, he's here.
It's not something that Sean and I want.
So are we saying that they all voted him back in?
Yes.
Yeah.
The right
Essentially, they're like, they're saying that we screwed up.
No, they are men of integrity, and all of them great eyes for talent. They weren't going to let me get away.
They didn't individually weigh in. They just said as a unit.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Nateland says, Tim went through all, I don't know. There was probably bribery involved, I'm guessing. But
No,
Tim.
None at all. They were appalled at the idea of me not being on the show.
Is that right?
As was my understanding, the coterie, the brand wagon, all of them.
Yeah.
People very upset. However, huge thanks to my pal Brando for filling in.
Yeah, Brando
doing a great job.
Yeah, Sean and I loved him.
Yeah, Brando's the man.
Great
Love
guy.
it.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Now, Tim, welcome back.
Well, you're back, man. You're on the payroll. This is
Glad
big.
to have you here. It looks like you're wearing the shirt. It's a sharp sweatshirt, a crew neck sweatshirt from my man John Bargatze over at the Smucker's Company. That's the peanut butter and chocolate shirt.
Yep.
Peanut butter chocolate Jif shirt.
Yep.
It looks great, man.
I really like it. It's a very interesting brown. I don't have a lot of clothing this color, so I like it. It's that kind of cool logo they have for the chocolate one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels good. Feels good to wear. But people, I'm wearing this out. People are saying consumers are paid for. They're saying we're on the take now because if we're wearing gear from these brands, people are saying that's what this is all about.
Yeah, we've always been on the take.
Make it clear.
Yeah, we've always been on the take.
That that's not the case.
Yeah, no, we've always been able. You can buy us for nothing.
Well, we were all Jif fans long before any of this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
So
isn't a
that's
false
hard part.
representation.
I'd challenge you to find somebody who doesn't like the new chocolate Jif.
Agreed.
It's unbelievable.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue to, be honest with all these things. I'll also say he also that day someone else sent us the dark roast Jif, which I've really grown fond of.
Oh, really? Yeah. I think that's a Canadian product.
Yes.
You like that?
Really good.
Okay.
I'm a big, I dip pretzel rods into peanut butter, and something about that combo with the dark roast is unreal.
Interesting because you hated the toasted Cheez-Its, right?
Oh, the extra toasted ones? Yeah, they're not as good as the real ones, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there were some people that felt strongly against that.
Very, man.
I know.
I mean, people were fired up about that.
Yeah, some people threatened to abandon the podcast.
Yeah, I didn't like them.
Well, I mean, Woodhull didn't like him, and he's the end all be all when it comes to Cheez-Its. I liked them. I thought they were fine. But hey, I'll defer to Woodhull. He knows what he's talking about.
I just wouldn't, I can't imagine preferring those over the real ones. But that's, God bless Cheez-It for making a variety.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like, if they were just there at a party, I mean, I would have a few. I'm not, so that's want to be really clear. It's not like I'm flipping the table over and being like, I'm walking out of this joint at this party.
Yep.
But it wouldn't be the number one. But yeah, some people are a little sensitive on that.
I know.
Interestingly enough, last week, God Bless Cheez-It hit number 3 on the country charts.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't. Yeah. And it's done great bridge on that one.
Yeah.
God bless Cheez-It. We're also doing the Jif. This is the Yeti episode, and we'll get to it. But we're drinking, consuming, if you will, from our Jif peanut butter and chocolate orange.
And who sent those to
Yetis.
us?
John Bargatze.
John Bargatze did.
Yeah.
I've always said, man, he always comes through. That
No,
guy.
you have not
always
said that.
delivers.
You-
No.
No, you had all kinds. That's the thing. It's on tape. Now you're being like, Sean, Randy can put together a smash cut of the 20 times you said horrible things about Bargatze.
I never said horrible things about him personally. I'm just saying I'm a fan, and I look forward to even more gear, like that red hoodie I've been talking about.
Oh, boy.
He's a good man. But just great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hit him up for a Jif. I wonder if they can do a combo Jif Yeti version with the Jif sponsor. No, I'm talking like cooler. Sorry, let me clarify.
Oh,
like cooler.
Okay, because we're holding the tumbler.
What cooler?
That's a good call. That'd be great.
What a day.
Those coolers are nice.
Thanks for clarifying.
Real nice. But yeah, good to be back.
Tell us now. You had a lot of sort of big time showbiz stuff. that you abandoned us for. And number one, you were at the Mark Twain Awards, produced by your brother Chris, right?
Yeah. So it was a crazy since I saw you guys left. I went to Florida with the family and then went to DC it's the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. It's at the Kennedy Center. And this year they gave it to Conan O'Brien. So my brother's been a producer on it for years, and then he's been the showrunner for the last 3. So
it's his thing.
There's a number of executive producers, but he's sort of the buck stops with him, so to speak.
Yeah.
But he did, Adam Sandler was the first year that he was the show guy 3 years ago.
That was a great show too.
Kevin Hart last year was when it switched to Netflix, and now it'll be on Netflix again in a few weeks. They gave it to Conan O'Brien, and Nikki presented, was one of the guests, and she was great. Hit it out of the park. I mean, and so many of my favorite. Mulaney was there. Sandler was there. Will Ferrell was there. These guys were all up on stage. Tracy Morgan, who went through the thing recently at the Knicks game, and this was his first kind of public appearance.
Oh wow!
And then all these old Conan writers, all these old late night characters and stuff from the the Bear, the Interrupter, just a ton of them. It was really, really cool. So just a great show. And then Kennedy Center, I mean, even just setting foot in that place is tremendous. Like, it's such a cool thing to see, and then be in that room with those people, and then there's an after party, and I was out till 2:30 in the morning, which I haven't done in I don't know how long. It was incredible. But maybe so, and I want to say that again, Nikki killed it. It's a great show. It'll be on Netflix in a few weeks, and everybody should watch it. So it's just a cool thing to be a part of. But I'm looking around, and I recognize somebody. I'm like, well, that can't be him. Do you guys know who Ian MacKaye is?
No.
Randy, you must, right? He's in a band called Fugazi and a band called Minor Threat. These are these DC punk bands. Yeah, he's the front man. This guy is as legendary as anybody is, not only in punk, but just he literally invented what's called like the straight edge movement, and just this iconic.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Iconic person. His bands famously never play shows for more than like $15. They've never played a show that wasn't all ages. They only work with independent venues. Just this kind of legendary punk sort of not only musician, but I guess entrepreneur. And he was there. Reggie Watts was on the show, and Reggie Watts invited him because he was in DC. So I was like nervous to meet him, and finally went over and said hello. And he was the nicest, cool, just so cool. And he's, like I said, he's more integrity, I think, than any artist I can think of at all. This guy, Ian MacKaye. And
Randy, I mean,
was so Randy's close second.
Yeah, Randy's not going to just lock at 15 on price.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and you're like, I'll stall first time in town. I'll 15. Next round, we're going 25.
Oh, you guys don't know what it's like to have him producing for me. I mean, the rates, they're all over the place.
Yeah,
it's like whatever. One day it's this much, the next day it's twice as much. Then he cuts it in half.
When he locks the studio, he locks us out unless we give him a raise, and then we can come in and do that.
There's an agreed on price. Then he'll be like, no, guys, we're not doing it.
So. Kind of the anti Ian MacKaye. But anyway, he was awesome. It was just a really big deal for me. And then talked about all these like Midwest venues. We talked about the Blue Note in Columbia. We talked about Mississippi Nights here that he played, and so that was kind of a highlight for me. But the show itself.
Speaking of which, I believe I'm announcing a date at the Blue Note. I think it's May 2nd here.
Is that right? In Columbia.
In Columbia.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's such a great spot, and we wear a lot of Blue Note gear too on this show.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. And then Friday I performed at the pageant. I got to open for Tom Green.
That's cool. Man.
Which was cool. Like wild. He was super nice and a fun show. And he's known for kind of being an absurdist. And dude, just the whole night, like in the venue when you come into the pageant, this big 2,000 seat theater, there's always house music. They were playing Tom Green's album that he made that was his own covers of his favorite Canadian artists. So you walk into the venue for a show
Triumph,
and you're hearing, I don't know if he did Triumph. You're hearing,
come on,
Bryan Adams.
Yes.
Now
you're hearing Tom Green sing Summer of '69 and Bare Naked Ladies songs. And it was the weirdest thing.
Any Anne Murray?
I don't know if I heard any Anne Murray. She's Canadian too. I forgot about that.
Celine Dion?
I don't know. Those are the ones that I remember. And he was explaining to me the whole recording thing, but super nice guy. And then he forgot to bring his phone, and then he was supposed to meet a friend Guys, I don't remember the other songs, but those all could be on
don't
there.
bring it up
Let
then.
me save you some time. Bachman Turner Overdrive.
He played that?
Nickelback. No, I'm just naming Canadian artists because that's all you guys
Well,
are
it sounds
doing.
like you weren't listening. So,
to the stuff?
yeah.
I was backstage.
So what did you hear?
Talking to him. I heard Summer of 69 and I
Okay.
heard If I Had $1 Million. And then Tom explained to me that he recorded other exclusively Canadian artists and he did it at the studio of, what's the band called? The Tragically Hip.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He recorded there. So we went in, but yeah, those are the only songs that I know. You guys want to name any other Canadian artists while we're
Hey,
here?
I just got involved with 2.
Some
so.
41.
Oh, I didn't know they were Canadian.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're not playing Triumph or
The Guess Who?
Anne Murray, I don't know what they're doing.
Like I said, they could have been on there. I only heard those 2 because I was
Lightfoot.
talking-
More than Lightfoot.
Is he Canadian?
Oh, is that
I didn't know that.
Wreck of Edmonds Fitzgerald?
Yeah. Did he play? Did you? You'd have to. Did they play Fitzgerald?
I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet
It's
he did
real
some Lightfoot.
recognizable.
Yeah, I bet he did some Lightfoot.
Yeah.
I bet he did. Again, I was only in the house for those 2 songs, but yeah, it was great. He's
I don't know how you snub
Exactly
Anne
what-
Murray.
Yeah,
You know?
man.
She made it possible for all these people.
I don't know. Wait a minute. Anne Murray.
She might have been on there. The only one I know because I asked if he did any Guess Who or BTO, and he said no.
No.
Yeah, which was a surprise to me. 'Cause those
I
are my-
would put Triumph at the top of that list, but that's just me. I mean, I think Triumph.
There's a new
But that's I lay it on the line. That's me.
Randy liked it.
He's in.
Oh, speaking of Triumph, at the Conan show at the Twain Awards, Triumph, the insult comedy, Robert Smigel is one of my favorites. He was the announcer, so he
That's good.
he announced everybody. It's real, and Smigel's super cool too. So yeah. Anyway,
Did you meet him?
it was fun. Smigel, yeah, I met Smigel in 2001.
Whoa.
I was interning on the VMAs, and we did a Triumph piece, and I went and saw him, and then I met him. I just randomly, he doesn't know who I am, but I've gotten to say hello to him a few times, but he knows Chris now, which is cool.
Anything big at the after party?
Just being around those people and the writers and all these people who spent so much time together so many years ago, and it was kind of a reunion for
Was
them.
Lori Kilmartin there?
I did not see her. I don't think she was.
Yeah, she was a Conan writer.
And Conan's the cool. I mean, his speech. Wait till the show comes out. His speech was tremendous. He's so funny.
Yeah.
And I guess they've talked about Letterman was there. Letterman came out.
I heard about that.
I mean, it was just. It was really cool, and yeah, I'd encourage people to watch it. I'm a big Conan fan. All those people, it was great.
Yeah,
but yeah, good to be back.
Tom Green I opened for years ago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, at it was a long time ago. I think it was some independent room in St. Louis, and then I think it was
You play any
Columbia.
Triumph?
He didn't play any music, but we did. It was something in St. Louis, and it was either Columbia or Kansas City, and I had to drive them. And I think it was Kansas City. And halfway through, there's fireworks all over Missouri, in the interstate. And he goes, "Hey, let's pull in there and get some fireworks." And I go, "Okay." He goes, "Hey, you just want to go shoot them?"
Wait, so
And we just did. I got pictures of it on my Instagram.
That's
if you dig
great.
deep, man. So Tom Green and I just launched, not like the major ones, but he spent like $500 on fireworks. We get off this off road. We're in some, I don't even know if it's legal property. I feel like we get shot. And he goes, "All right, man, let's get going." I go, "I have never done this in my life." He's like, "Oh, that's all right, man. You just light it." Like,
you and Tom Green solo are on like a 4-hour road trip, and you just stop and light off.
100%, man. I got
That's
proof of it online, man. Great
incredible.
pictures, man. And we just shot fireworks for 30 minutes in the day, so it wasn't as effective for the visuals, but still a ton of fun.
Pretty cool.
So yeah, I went from never touching a firework to be like, I kind of got this, man. Almost blew my hand off, but outside of that, it was a great time.
Because growing up, you didn't.
Oh, man.
Really?
There was you couldn't buy fireworks in New York.
It took Tom Green.
I mean, Tom Green broke me. He got me my Missouri badge.
Yeah.
We do
I
have
mean-
a lot of fireworks, man.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy, man. Missouri. I'd love to know who has more. You just driving the interstate anywhere in Missouri. I don't know. It
It's a
seems
lot.
pretty
Some of those
aggressive.
southern states, I think, have quite a few. But yeah, Missouri's got to be up there. Tim and I went to that firework place for your 4th of July party that one
Years
year.
ago, yeah, I
Yeah.
was just out
Down in Arnold, Missouri.
It was awesome.
They had everything there.
We just drove through Alabama. There's a ton.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, that
Alabama.
Tennessee, Alabama. There's got to be some fireworks.
Have
down
you
there.
guys shot him off before?
Oh
We
yeah.
shot them off with you at Tim's party one
Years
year,
ago,
4th of
remember?
July.
Oh, yeah. Well, those are like sparklers.
We had
I
just sparklers,
mean,
man. We
We were doing
shoot some-
bottle
Oh,
rockets and Roman candles. and-
Okay, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that
What
was.
were you and Tom Green doing that you're so
Man,
unimpressed by what we did?
I mean, like it was like light it and run out of the way.
yeah, so we did some of
I
those.
know. I'm telling you, man. It was like in the stuff that goes in the air and
Yeah.
in the air.
This is purely street level.
That was stupid.
We're doing that.
Clip it, Randy. There's another.
O'Brien doesn't mess around.
Another dum-dum of the week for me.
No, man, I think that's impressive.
All right, let me clarify.
Which ones don't go in the air? That would be snakes, I think, are the only ones that
And
do.
the poppers.
Snap.
Poppers don't.
Yeah, those are
I guess let's clarify. Higher than the average, like where people from 100 feet away could possibly see.
okay.
Man, that's a great
Risk
story.
my life. And then he goes, and then we're done. He goes, let's get back on the road. And we just went to the
And
game.
he's so nice, right?
It was great.
Sounds
man.
like fun.
Great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You got to thank him too for us being here. Essentially, he essentially was the pioneer of this, of like internet.
Oh, they say that.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, he was before I think anyone. In attempts of attempting to try.
Yeah.
Is
We're
the
gonna
first
do
podcast?
I mean,
Maybe
as
maybe
far as I know,
video in it. Yeah.
at least video of
Jimmy
hey, I'm going to
Pardo
do.
Jimmy Pardo was an early guy, I think.
Yeah, no, I
he
mean,
may have been one of the first audio guys, but yeah, I know Jimmy Pardo was early.
yeah, maybe Pardo was the first, but I think
Yeah.
Green was the first to say, I'm going to have like this talk show,
Yeah,
film it, and put it online.
yeah, that's cool, man.
Cool.
One of the first. So
And your first fireworks.
first fireworks,
that's great.
man.
First,
you know,
first in the air.
I mean, he gets you.
Airborne.
That's the first in the air.
I swear that didn't sound as dumb as I meant it to sound. I
That's
promise.
great.
But
That's
I'm
great.
doomed on that one.
Never
that
does.
That could replace the 390 right there.
No, it's no.
You think so, man?
I don't think so,
Legendary.
buddy. No, that's right. It's not even as big as Tim's saying. I think Richmond was the capital of Washington.
Yeah,
DC.
but it doesn't matter. See, it's like we've talked about this. You guys get a pass. You guys can say the dumbest thing, and it's just never going to be as funny.
You're
as
right,
I
man.
say.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
as
know
far
what it
as
is.
dumb stuff said on this podcast, it's completely equal. No one says any more dumb stuff than the other person. It's just unfair that yours get picked on.
So you're saying that we're all fair shakes if somebody says something dumb. Everyone takes an equal beating on dumb things they say.
No, usually it's. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. Do you think it's equal amount of dumb stuff that's been said?
Not at all. Oh no, I'm in first place.
Okay.
But I'm just
All right.
saying, generally speaking, I feel like I really take the abuse. But I can take it, man. I'm a man of the people anyway. So
Yeah, you are.
I hooked them up, man.
The people love you.
Greg's going to the post office today, man. Mail T-shirts. Jesus, we made a bet.
UPS
so
store. UPS store.
We're going post office.
Well, I'm gonna have to mail something really big. I think from the UPS store. We'll get to that in a second.
All right.
Yeah, we got some
Not sure
exciting
what's
news.
going on here.
The brand this week is Yeti, the coolers, and the travel mugs.
Tumblers. Yep.
Yep, we're not talking about the fictional, well, whatever you believe.
It's a different podcast.
Not the monster. Yeah, it's a different podcast. It was started by Roy and Ryan Cedars in 2006. But let's go back a little bit. They grew up in Houston. Their dad, Roger, was a shop teacher. And he was making about $20K teaching shop. But he was a big outdoorsman.
Mhm.
And he started, I think some of his students were making fishing rods. And he noticed that there wasn't a good sealant for the fishing rods. It would crack. So he made this fishing rod sealant. It's called Flex Coat in his garage. And he went to a sporting goods store and was like, "Hey, yes." I think he had to buy some ingredients for the sealant. And they're like, "Yeah, you got to buy I don't know, 1,000 gallons or something like that." He's like, "I kind of need a quart to make what I need."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, we don't sell it like that." And he's like, "Fine, I'll take it." So he buys it and he makes some. He takes to this sporting goods store and they're like, "Yeah, we'll sell that." I guess there was a need for it. I went back a couple days later and they're like, "Man, buddy, we're all out. We sold it all."
So this is the material. He's not selling his own rods with the stuff on it. He's saying, "Hey, buy this stuff and
a
put it on your
sealant.
rods."
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, yeah. To make it, I think, flexible, but not cracky.
Great.
Yeah. So they were like, so he quit his teaching job. They eventually moved to just outside of Austin. I think it's called Driftwood, maybe 20 miles outside Austin. So they grew up in Houston and then in outside of Austin. So the two boys, again, Roger was their dad. The two boys, Roy and Ryan, they were outdoorsmen. They really liked it. They went to college and they got into some outdoor stuff. Ryan started Waterloo Rods. He was making fishing rods. And Roy was in the custom boat design business. And he was making these boats that really fit the Gulf down there in Texas because it's very shallow. I used to live down there. So if you get in he's probably talking about Galveston areas like that.
You mean
or
like
Padre Island down there. If you're a fisherman, it's pretty shallow. So he was like
shallow enough that you need a specific custom boat.
kind of.
You can't just use anything.
Yeah, I guess so. And one of the things, like coolers are a big deal. Sorry, coolers are a big deal for a fisherman. One of the things they like to do is stand on the coolers when they're casting and they're in their boats, and I guess on the shore too. And these coolers, they were not good. They weren't sturdy. He was having a hard time standing on them. Like, yeah, dummy, you can't stand on a styrofoam cooler. You know? Or you paid $1.39 for it at 7-Eleven.
Or I picture those igloo ones that it's like all handle. You couldn't stand on those too.
Yeah. I think igloo was the big one. And igloos back then, they cost probably about $20, $30 or something like that. And that's basically what we got. So he's like, we gotta get a better cooler. They found a cooler at a trade show that was made in Thailand. And that thing was pretty good. It was, and he set up a business to distribute these coolers. And it was good, but it wasn't great. One of the things I think that they had like a bunch of red stains on the bottoms of the coolers. And when he went to Thailand, I think he found, there's red clay there and the floors are dirt in the, they're like dirt floors there. So that they were staining this stuff. So, that didn't work. And he was like, we got to do, rather than distribute these ones that are pretty good, like they're good, we need to get something better. So he starts to look to make his own. He partnered up with a guy named Ivan Royal Brown. Ivan Royal Brown was an Aussie. He was from Australia. That's what that means, Tim.
Aussie.
Yeah.
Roger that.
Yeah.
We got that.
Okay. He was from Australia, and he like knew a lot about making coolers. So they partnered with him, but his facility was in the Philippines. So he goes to the Philippines, and this guy sort of helps him out, and they start making a really cool cooler. This is key. They used a process called rotational molding.
Okay.
So I guess you take the resin that you use to make plastic stuff and you spin it at a very, very high speed. And again, when we get to tech stuff, I'm never good. But when you spin it like that, it gets rid of the seams and the creases that you would find. They compare it to kayaks. A lot of kayaks and highway barriers are made with rotational molding.
Okay, so essentially meaning it would leak less because
definitely
you're spinning.
leak less. Yeah, and it's got less seams and little creases, and it looks cooler. It looks like just like one thing. Yeah.
I get that.
Even I think the one in Thailand was using rotational molding, but this guy made some improvements. And they said highway barriers too, which I can't picture because those seem to be concrete to me. Randy, does any of that ring a bell to you?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Thanks, Randy.
Here's the thing, man. If I were you, I would go. Yeah. If I were you, I'd go. Well, Randy's when he weighs in, it's important.
Yeah, he's honest.
Yeah, he's
in
important.
fairness, I wouldn't know either.
Truthful. Yeah. When you're going down the highway and you see a barrier, you might want to check in, like beat on it a little bit, see if there's an opening. There's probably some cold beverages in there or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they might be storing that somewhere.
Great place to fish, too. Stand
right on top of it. Yeah. Right. Now, there may not be a body of water anywhere, but a lot of times there is.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do what you can. There's some crazy stuff that happened over in the Philippines. This guy, Ivan Royal Brown, who was one of their partners in designing and running, they used his plant, I think, called Outback. That guy got murdered.
Ivan Royal Brown did?
Ivan Royal Brown got murdered.
Wow.
Whoa.
Just starting to like the guy.
Yeah, I know.
This is a plot twist.
This story is...
It's kind of crazy, and I only found one article that really got into the depth of it.
Okay.
But I think it was like he fell in love with a girl, and he was doing sort of shady other businesses there.
Boy.
But he fell in love with a local girl, and they got married. And there's some things about Filipino law. They were in Angeles City, which is, I think, the capital of the Philippines, or a big city in the Philippines. So I think it's the capital. But there's some things about Filipino law where it's like you can't own a lot if you're from out of town.
From there,
You know,
yeah.
like, yeah. So a lot of it went in like relatives' names, and there was some back and forth stuff with his wife, but he got murdered. They didn't get a lot of that, but they kept on making this stuff.
So if we go over there, let's not own anything.
It's
Just
better
like,
not
why
to.
even mess with it?
Don't fall in love. Don't own too much stuff.
There you go. First
Know
thing is,
it.
I think, don't fall in love.
Yeah.
Isn't there a song about not falling in love?
Got to be Canadians.
Yeah. Tom Green covered it the other
Right,
day.
I think so. Yeah, no, I think it was Anne Murray.
There's got to be.
She's a Beauty by the Tubes talks about not falling in love. Yeah.
UB40.
If you do, you
can't
find
help.
out you don't
Oh,
love
no.
you. What's that?
I'm sorry.
What was
I was saying
UB40?
UB, but I think that was a cover.
Well, yeah, everything UB40 does is a cover.
Everything is a cover by them.
They're the greatest cover band of all time.
Are they
except for
exclusively
mine.
cover?
UB40,
Like,
yeah, it's reggae versions of hits, or in a lot of cases, just kind of like just barely hits. Like Red Red Wine was a Neil Diamond song, not as popular as his other songs.
Well,
Can't Help Falling in Love. What's the other one? You Gotta Smile So
Oh,
Bright.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That was theirs, right?
Temptations.
No? Okay.
No way. So they don't have one original song as far as you know.
I don't think so.
How
And
did-
why would you write one if you're just, crushing these reggae covers?
Well,
So we
how
don't
you-
make any money on the
That's
music.
what I'm saying. How are you getting paid?
How are they
touring.
getting paid? Yeah,
Well,
touring,
touring.
selling records. I mean, you still get paid as a performer.
But they
and
got to give
stuff.
half that to the.
Half of the publishing is theirs. So you're right. They're not getting paid as songwriters, but there's plenty to be done.
I got you.
to
got
be
you.
made
That was good to know. I didn't know about you before.
doing covers. Yeah.
You think
UB40?
your band is better than Dr. Zhivegas?
Man, you're pitting me.
Jeez, man.
against,
On the spot, on
uh,
record, Tim.
Listen, if you're looking for, you got to be looking for two different things, right? If you love what we do, you love Disney hits. If you love Christmas songs and you love punk rock or just alternative rock, ska, we're the band for you.
Okay.
If you want a dance party all night long, Dr. Z, baby.
Zhivegas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good answer, man.
Thank you.
That was a tough question. Let's
It
say, like,
was.
hey, Greg, you think you're a better comic than insert, and then Greg would be on the ropes there.
Yeah. He's kind of the Dr. Zhivegas of comedy, if you think about it.
Is that-
I wouldn't answer that question. I think it's one of the silliest things in the world to do is to compare yourself to another
It's
comedian.
terrible.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
But Greg is the Dr. Zhivegas
Of comedy, right?
comedy.
Yeah.
I don't do cover bits.
No, but
Hey,
you
do
keep,
sing.
you keep the party going.
That's
Yeah.
And I will
That's-
say,
that's
listen,
the thing.
let me
I've always
say
said
this.
that.
You
Yeah.
do keep the party
You know,
going, man. You like Eddie Murphy. There's a lot on your resume, man, that supports this statement.
It's true. In all honesty, I would say Greg, one of the things I say about Greg, can go into any room. I don't care what it is. He'll go in and he'll come out on top. He'll make
100%,
He'll
yeah.
crush. Same thing with Dr. Z. Like
There's some farmers at an event in Wisconsin
That would
6 weeks
disagree.
ago that would disagree.
well, if you didn't get him, Dr. Z wouldn't have either.
No.
But in the same way, Dr. Z, same thing. I don't care if they're old, if they're young, where they're from, what language they speak. Dr. Z is going to turn the party up. The things I do, Ludo is a bit of an acquired taste. Ludo's not walking into just about anywhere and coming out on
Ludo's
top.
awesome.
Ludo is awesome, but it's,
Yeah, man.
it's a more particular. You got to. Like
I mean,
certain
Ludo
things.
wrote songs.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I'm just
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
my-
But it was talking purely live performance.
I mean,
You're-
that's half the battle right there.
No, if we had a consumers party, I'd think about having Zhivegas. I'd probably have Ludo too.
oh, good. Okay.
I was like,
Gonna
yeah,
say.
but then, Tim, you got to work at your own party. So how does
yeah.
that make you
I'd
feel?
probably have Hot Licks because you guys play a lot of
Covers.
covers and
For
dance
sure.
party type stuff.
And the punk
you know?
rock band, yeah,
And I'll
Yeah.
put Randy in on bass. Problem solved.
100%. I mean, he's
Yeah.
opening and
Randy played bass.
and closing.
Speaking of bass, in 2008, they came out with their first model. Yeti did the Tundra, and they went to the Bass Pro Shop. Sorry, that's the Bass Pro Shop, and that is the second time I've made that stupid joke on this podcast. First time on this episode. They went to Bass Pro in Cabela's.
What made them go with the name Yeti? Any idea?
I think it just sort of like fierce outdoor.
Cool.
Definitely, stand up to Yeti. You think about like harsh conditions, that kind of thing. They figured out they were going to make it right, and they figured out they could not sell this thing for less than like $300 and make any money on it. So they were like, all right, we're not going to go to like sort of everyman retailers. Not going to go to Walmart or Target.
Right.
They're going to sort of like specialized places, and they started with Bass Pro and Cabela's. I bought that right there at a Bass Pro Shop today.
Oh, you bought this today, man.
I bought that
So
today.
if you're just listening, it's a real fancy, nice size. How many gallons would you say that thing is?
Man, I'm not good at estimating gallons, but it's not a
15?
giant one.
15?
15. I was going to say
I could be heavy on that.
Yeah, I think they go up to like in the 80s.
So great.
And the 80s, there's ones that cost like $1,200 for a Yeti.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're nice. So Greg got this thing for the podcast today, and then when I walked in, I brought mine. I have one already for the display, but Greg already got the thing. But it's fancy. It's a real nice
Communication
Yeti
breakdown.
Cooler.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have to spend that money.
Let's see. There's a price tag on it.
It's $200.
$1,400.
No,
$1,400, Greg.
No, it's 200. 200.
Okay.
Here's what we're gonna do. I just decided.
Whoa.
We're gonna the three of us with Randy, and I should say Randy has an apprentice in the studio today.
Yeah.
Eric
Nate
Rusler.
Bargatze. Oh,
Yeah, Eric's a local comic, a funny guy. Randy, just in case he can't make it to record an episode,
the Allman Brothers
he's
call.
sort of teaching Eric the ropes because Eric produces a couple of podcasts on his own. So welcome, Eric. You can say hi, man. You gotta say it loud. You don't have a mic. Yeah. But Eric's a funny guy.
Eric's the man. He's former military. Respect.
Yeah. What branch were you in? Marines. The Marines. There you go.
Guy was a Marine, man.
Yeah, they say that pretty confidently. The Marines do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
That's like is somebody went to Harvard.
Yeah.
Same thing. Where'd you go to school? Harvard.
Harvard. Yeah. Michael Jr. Is a comedian, a very funny comedian. And I like, sort of retelling jokes that I find very funny on this podcast. And we're always going to do that. Michael had a joke about, man, if you hear somebody that went to like a renowned, good, solid, 4-year school, they will tell you. And that's all they will say. Where'd you go, man? Harvard. Where'd you go, man? The Ohio State University. He goes, if you ask somebody where they went to school and it's a community college, you're going to get something like this. See, right now, man. That is Michael Jr., very, very funny comic. Check him out. Michael plays a lot of churches. I think. I think if you're gonna see, I think he's probably the number one church comedian in the world. But very, very funny guy and a good guy too. Let's get back to Yeti. Their first model was the Tundra, heavy duty, rubber latches, sealed lid system, military grade rope handles. Eric, can you verify?
Yes.
Speak loudly. We don't have a mic. Yeah.
A Yeti. We would have loved a Yeti.
Okay.
Anything that keeps anything cool.
Yeah. But I mean, you're somebody that can talk about whether something is military grade or not because you were in the military.
Yes, but that actually doesn't always necessarily mean a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, like some of those military grade barracks, probably that doesn't necessarily mean you want to stay there, right?
Well, for example, they tell you a grenade has a fuse of 3 to 5 seconds because it could be lowest bidder.
That's rough.
Just in case you didn't hear that, he said a grenade they tell you has a fuse of 3 to 5 seconds.
There's
which
a range.
Is a bit of a,
Yeah,
bit of a
that's
range.
critical right there.
Or
I'd go with
something
if I were
Err
military,
on the side
I'd go
of
with
3.
the 5. Wait a minute. I would go with the 3. You're right. Yeah, I would go with the 3.
You went with 3.
This is why I didn't work in the military.
Thank God you got out.
Yeah, I went to military school. For those of you that didn't know,
Greg,
I was
missing
in
a foot.
for 1 year. It was things like that.
Grenades was the year 2, and you didn't get that.
We did not do grenades. We fired M16s. Yeah, we did those. Yeah, I qualified. I don't think I was that good, but yeah, we had to shoot M16s. We had to, do all kinds of. We went to basic training.
Yeah,
Don't make it like we did nothing, Tim.
I'm very gun illiterate. So what is that? Like a heavy duty rifle machine gun? I have no idea about
It's sort of when I was. I don't want to say I was in the Army. Technically, I was, but that was the standard issue that everybody was using. That was in the American military was M16s. What now, Eric?
Still the M16.
Yep. Okay. They jammed. I know that they jammed, and there was an acronym sports. Each letter stood for something, and I think the first one was slap. And they jammed so often that you had to know that acronym in order to stop the thing from jamming. Yeah. When I say jam. I mean, they malfunctioned. They weren't working.
They weren't working. Yeah.
Yeah. So you had to slap, and then again, I didn't know the rest of the letters.
Yeah.
So yeah. I was like slap, and then ports. Yeah. I didn't know what the other ones stood for.
Tim, how much would you pay to watch Greg just like shoot off at a fire knife?
I would enjoy.
I'm in for
that.
a $250.
I'd enjoy that. Yeah.
Well,
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Double that for sure.
I think he means $2.50.
Of course I do, man. Yeah, I don't have the time. I'll round up to 3 if you want. But
So they also hooked up with a guy named Walt Larson. Walt, they met at a trade show, and Walt was like sort of walking around. I was like, this stuff you guys got is pretty cool. I'm an advertising genius. I'm gonna help you out. Like I want to be part of this. And he was really good for them. He had some commercials or I think some print ads where they got a bear to wrestle the cooler.
I like it already.
And they, to show that it was bear proof. Yeah. I need to look at it because I would have to see if any of these wrestling moves that the bear was doing were legitimate or legal.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, if I don't, and I mean, if it was in NCAA wrestling, it was folk style, the bear would have had to wear a headgear and
yeah.
that
And
would
a
have been tricky.
singlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know I doubt they got a singlet on a bear.
You're right. That's an absurd thing to
yeah,
say.
that's ridiculous. The headgear, I mean, obviously. But
Well, headgear is standard issue. I mean, that's, yeah.
right.
And it's a purpose. The reason I'm saying that, Sean, is the singlet now. You can wear fighting shorts and a compression top, and it's just as legal of a uniform as a singlet.
oh, so that's got to be the way everyone's going now, right?
It's not for some reason. I think Maryland was doing it, but a lot of I think hardly any of the NCAA teams opt to do that.
What's Penn State doing?
Penn State has a singlet.
Huh?
What Penn State is doing is winning. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They just won.
Every year I talk to Greg. Yeah, it's just like I don't even know last time they didn't win, man.
And then I think 2020. I think Iowa won. They're like
okay.
11 out of the last 13 or something like that. There's
Insane.
a Netflix documentary that's going to come out on Penn State wrestling. So check
they're-
that out. They are dominant. They're very dominant. He came up with the slogan: "Wildly stronger, keep ice longer."
That's not great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love it either, but it's working.
I didn't even know it. I couldn't have even. I'm
neither
very
did I.
familiar with Yeti, but that does not ring any kind
So
of
you're
bell.
out of Walt's stuff. You think you're a bigger fan of the bear wrestling the cooler than the slogan?
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
A bear wrestling just an object?
Yeah.
It's genius.
They introduced drinkware in 2014. We all have what I believe is called the Rambler.
2014. They were only making in the drink game 11 years ago?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. 2014. They came out.
Wow.
The Rambler. The Rambler Lowball in 2015. You got to remember the company basically started in 2006, buddy.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is a recent phenomenon. Yeah. And huge growth.
Just
huge growth.
unbelievable.
Logarithmic growth early on. Just
Really?
like boom. Yeah. The Hopper soft cooler, which I think is what you have there.
Yeah, I think so.
That was 2014. And the Colster can holder. I kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Can holster, like a portmanteau
Yeah, it's tough.
of can and holster.
Yep, it's good.
I believe, came in 2015. I thought that it was actually going to be a holster because my Uncle Tommy, back when he was drinking, did show up to a party one time with a holster, and he had 2 Budweisers in each of the
Hilarious.
What a genius.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
yeah.
Great move, man. Uncle Tom.
Yeah, Uncle Tom. Uncle Tommy's a funny guy.
Guy was always one step
Yeah.
ahead of you.
He was.
That's why I appreciate people.
He
like
quit
that, man.
drinking quite a while ago, but yeah, he had 2
Did he sell
Budweisers.
the holster?
I'll see if I can get it for you.
I'd love. I've got a holster.
You might
Just
have
holster.
like Pepsi cans
Just
or
a
something
picture,
there now,
yeah.
or Coke bottles.
This is Uncle Tommy that didn't have patience for the cookie game. Same guy?
That was Uncle Dennis.
Oh, okay.
Uncle Dennis. Uncle Tom, it's a different Uncle Tom. Tom Travers.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Travers was a big deal in Nabisco, and then a bigger deal. He started sort of a retail service company and is killing it. And he passed away, passing on his kids. They made it, my cousins Brian and Kevin made it into something huge.
Oh, yeah.
They just sold it. I think you might have met one of those guys. And then, Tom Travers, he hired Dennis at Nabisco, and Dennis didn't really.
No
He
patience.
wound up becoming a federal parole officer.
Yeah.
Served us in different ways. And then, Tommy Barnett is the one I'm talking about.
With the whole.
Tommy Barnett was an accountant at the May Company for a long time and a big deal in the Coast Guard.
That's great.
Yeah. So anyways, those were sort of the innovations.
And when did it just blow up? When it felt like it
Pretty
sometime
quickly,
it
I
was
think.
just everywhere. But how long ago is that? Because I'd have told you I've been drinking out of these things for more than 10 years, and you're telling me it's only been around for 11.
I have a feeling like out of the gate.
It was hot.
You got
right
to
away.
think it's because right now it's more than half their net sales is in these things.
Oh, the drinkware.
The drinkware.
Not the coolers.
Not the coolers.
Yeah, that would make sense. And there's a
Yeah.
bunch of different sizes, and it's not like just.
It's
they got the low ball. Yeah. And here's the thing. If you come out in 214,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Is that what
and
you
then
call
in-
it? 214?
2014,
Okay.
I have the right to abbreviate every now and then.
Oh,
I mean, it is a different year though. 214 is the year 214.
yeah.
So I mean, if you're gonna say it right. Stop being dumb.
Was there anybody in here that
Thanks,
saw Caesar, and I'm probably wrong on those dates too, or one of these guys
Mhm.
walking around with a Rambler?
I mean, I'm just saying, if they've been in business that long, that's impressive. You're
No,
cool, you're cooling stuff back then.
Yeah.
Only so many people,
I don't believe
afford
the
that
earth
kind of
was
luxury.
quite as warm back then. Anyway.
Oh, that's an interesting
I
point.
don't think you needed to. Anyways, 2014, if you've got this thing that comes out, and then the next year you come out with the low ball, you're not coming out with the low ball because the sales were so poor.
You're right.
With the big one, they're like, man, we got to figure out another way.
It's
Make
such
some more money on this deal.
They did such an interesting.
It's like Nate, he's killing it. He's like, well, let's add a podcast.
What's Tim Convey doing? Let's throw him on with a couple of guys and see what happens. Try to
his
make
first
some
thought.
magic.
That was his first thought. Yeah. His first thought. Yeah. I talked to him. That's
That makes
exactly
sense.
his
That's why
line
Tim-
of thinking.
That's why Tim got back here, anyways. He just called.
Oh,
Nate. He's
yeah.
like, hey, Greg,
Because he whined and Nate.
Greg's
and-
playing games. Tim has rank. It goes Tim,
Yeah.
That's all the
Greg.
last one. Yeah,
Randy, me.
As Tim goes, is as the consumers go.
absolutely. Vote Convey. The Yeti. It's so interesting to me, and I can't think of any now, but we see this where somebody decides just something that we all use, right? That we're all using regularly, and they're going to make it cool or
Yeah.
make it slightly more desirable. Their brand, and then it's a better product than what had been out before. I mean, the coolers certainly
Especially.
are better than Igloo.
Yeah.
And they go, we just made it cool. We just made it desirable. Just something mundane that you don't think about. Headphones. Remember Beats by Dre? Headphones were a thing. We all used headphones. Then Beats by Dre came out and everybody wanted those. It's such an interesting thing. And there's plenty of other examples, but they really did that well.
And the design is such a huge thing. And they sort of went for like functionality, but still cool, like industrial, cool, but very functional. It's akin to a toolbox, is what they say. You know, it's like toolboxes. They're not like sexy. They're not like real fancy, but they look, like, oh, that can withstand something.
Yeah,
it's
durable,
sturdy,
reliable.
but it still looks solid. You know, and it also still looks cool in its own way. And that's what I think these coolers.
Yeah, they are cool.
It's an aspirational brand. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, I want everybody to know that I have a Yeti. And you don't, Tim's been lording that thing over us for what, 10 years now? Something like that.
What, this?
No, that's
What's that?
the
My
thing you
cooler?
brought there. He brought it here just every time Sean and I'll
There is-
show up with an Igloo or a styrofoam
Yeah,
cooler.
Coleman.
And Tim
I came in with a Coleman the other day.
Yeah, Tim walked
Not
in. Yeah,
good.
yeah. And it's
By the way.
then there's these, they used to give away stickers. They don't give away stickers anymore. You got to buy a Yeti sticker. Although we got one that came in these nice things from who?
John Brazzi.
Brazzi gave us those.
Smuckers
That's right.
Corporation.
Brazzi gave us those.
What were you going to say about me, Lord?
Oh, I know. I forgot. But that sticker thing, I don't know. Because I buy about a Yeti once every 2 months. And 2 months ago, there was a sticker in it.
You buy
they'll come with.
Oh, my mistake. I misunderstood you. They'll come with one every time.
But they're not just handing them out.
Yeah,
at the store.
yeah.
If you buy something, you'll get a sticker there.
Gotcha, man.
Are you buying a tumbler every 2 months?
Dude, I'm obsessed. I mean, if I have company over, we got problems because all I have to serve you is all Yeti cups.
Let me
It's
get
not
to
classy,
that in
but
1 second.
No problem.
Okay?
I'll wait here.
I want to talk about the. I just want to finish the sticker thing because I think we can lean on you for some important stuff.
Sure.
There's people that will put like a Yeti sticker on their truck.
Yeah.
And they don't have a Yeti.
It's pathetic.
It's
I'm
a little,
sorry, but that's
It's like
What do we-
it's like Tim with all the Notre Dame stuff. He didn't go there. He didn't go to school there. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's not a fair representation of who you are. What you
Did you go there? Well, actually, no. No.
Yeah,
No,
but-
I didn't. Yeah.
People are always wearing colleges that they're fan. I'm a fan. I've been a fan. I wear more Mizzou stuff where I went to school than I do Notre Dame.
I don't know.
I'm going to defend that, which I don't even feel like I need to.
You don't
Yeah.
have to, buddy.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah.
I think
I
everybody
mean-
knows the truth.
I know you've never been to Indiana, but outside of that, you're a big fan.
I've been to many
Yeah,
football
love it.
games there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sticker thing is you'll see them a lot on Jeeps specifically.
And
Jeeps have a whole culture of like these weird, like everything.
They
like
put those
ducks
ducks.
and-
Yeah.
duck
but I saw the Yeti and the all else, not to get too in the weeds here, man, is the people who puts the 26.2 that they ran the marathon.
Oh,
on,
yeah.
You know, gosh, I don't know who started this, but then this was a while ago. I just saw a guy 0.00, and that makes me laugh
That's
hard
great.
every
Oh,
time.
yeah.
It's like
That's
that's
great.
That's what I ran my marathon.
Yeah.
Gotta kick out.
Just the gear. You see Yeti hats all the time, the shirts,
I wanted to
anything
get a Yeti
representing
hat.
the brand, yeah.
At Bass Pro today, I went up to and I had this Yeti cooler, and he had a Bass Pro like uniform on or whatever, and I kind of go, "Hey man," and I wanted to ask him, "Do you guys have Yeti hats?" Because I was gonna wear one. So I go, "Hey man," and he just started shaking his head
Oh,
like
no.
this. Like I hadn't even asked him the question yet.
And he knew?
I don't know what, but he was like, "Whatever this guy's asking for." I don't know. Like he didn't want to deal with me. So I go, "Hey man, do you have I go, Yeti hats?" He goes, "Man,
great.
if we did, they'd be over there, but we don't."
Yeah, I
have
think you were going to get the no to anything there, man. Hey, man, where are the bathroom? No,
Yeah.
man, don't even.
maybe
Get out of
maybe
my
he was
store.
on it because he was sort of like sort of at the tail end of conversation with another guy and kind of moving on. So maybe he had something to do, but
And they've done, aside from all the aspirational stuff and that it's just a cool brand, it really does. If you run tests, right, it keeps your ice cold longer or anything else.
Yeah, and I think on the coolers they say if you put something in one of their coolers with some ice on Monday, it'll be cold on Friday.
Yeah. I think I'm always blown away, both with my cooler and my tumbler.
No.
They're getting ripped off all the time. People are always imitating.
Oh, man, the knockoff
you-
game with this is out of control.
Knockoffs like
yeah, there's
crazy.
a lot of lawsuits. I think the one that that measures up the most is Arctic. It's the letter RTIC, but if you say it, it sounds like Arctic, which is I think is clever. And I read some like, hey, what are the top coolers? And Yeti's certainly in there, but Arctic did get in there, and Arctic's not as they were like, hey, if you're looking for something that's not quite as expensive,
Yeah.
that's what Arctics are. High quality. There are some lawsuits between Arctic and Yeti.
Now, what about Stanley? Is that the one that's
So in the cup game, the trend, Stanley kind of Yeti was everywhere. Like I said, all of a sudden these cups became aspirational. It was, you wanted a cool one. Stanley was kind of the next one to come. Stanley, I believe. And if you don't, you have to look up. You guys know what we're talking about, even if you don't recognize it. It's got the handle and it's a narrower base and it sort of expands.
Yeah.
Originally, they were marketing to like construction guys on the construction site.
Oh yeah.
And then they shifted to like moms or something.
Yeah.
And it blew that one blew up.
Yeah,
and then
man.
like SNL was making fun of them.
Yeah,
It's
people
crazy.
were stealing them. I think
Yeah.
they were like,
And the
they had
new
to, like,
one-
lock them up.
The new one now is Brazzi also sent us this. It's the one he gave us Uncrustables ones. I don't think we have any in here. It begins with an A, Awala, or something like that. But those things are great. Anyway, my favorite ripoff though of Yeti is, and I brought this in. I was grabbing my Yetis to put on the display.
Yeah.
The St. Louis Cardinals, do different giveaways and stuff. One of the most popular players in St. Louis Cardinals history, probably the most popular of the last 15, 20 years, Yadier Molina,
They have a
who
Yachty?
of course goes by Yachty. So the Cardinals made a Yachty tumbler. This is one of the new ones.
right.
They did it several years in a
That's
row.
funny.
The first year they did it, the Yachty basically was the Yachty basically was the Yeti logo. And they've changed it a little
Backed
bit.
off a
but,
little bit. Yeah.
I use this one too, and you can tell I've run tests with the fake one and the real one, and it makes a big difference. But it is pretty funny that they made Yachties.
Okay, let's get back to
Let's
Sean
go.
because
Yeah.
I know, we're friends, and you seem to pretty much always have one of these things in your hand. Like if we're on a road trip, you just have them.
Always, man. Your car's there's 3 under your seat right now, by the way.
I probably have a few in my house
that are mine.
Yeah, I've given you a couple though.
You have, man.
Yeah,
you gave me a couple.
I don't use them that often. I'll tell you, man. The first time I put like something hot in there.
Yeah,
and about 3 months later, I still scalding.
I've never done hot.
It stays very, very hot.
It's great,
it does
man.
not cool down.
It's very simple. Coffee, boom. Hot coffee, there you go. You're all in.
Be careful though, because it's not going to cool down.
It doesn't. It takes a while. But the beauty, man, is that the ice. I mean, I'm a big water guy at night before bed. I wake up every 2 hours and drink water. So I put it in the Yeti, and that ice. I mean, I think I'm going to test it. I bet you it'll stay there for 48 hours. Ice cubes.
Yeah.
If I just put water, set it down, and left it alone. But the problem is I have some bootlegs in my house, which I'm going to have a long talk with Heather about because I want those out. And it's, first off, this is why Yeti is so good. Dishwasher safe, which is key.
Yeah.
Right there. Because like somebody gave me a Bill's knockoff.
Yeah.
One wash, the logo's all peeled.
Yeah.
The lid's chipped, complete trash.
Yeah.
And that's tough for me to say as a Bill's product.
Yeah. The logo of the bill looks like, the buffalo looks like it got shot.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
Shot
sad.
in
It
the
hurts
leg.
me,
Yeah.
man. But I mean, if you go hot coffee or obviously iced coffee, any of the extremes on the ice or the heat, it'll stay.
I will
Beautiful.
say with the dishwasher safe, you got to be careful with that ring. Every now and then you got to take, so there's that black, I wouldn't describe it as elastic. But you got to take that off sometimes when you clean it because it gets, there's
man.
gunk.
Oh, that ring that goes around. Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Rubber, I guess it is, that kind of keeps the
rubber.
seal, which
Seal
is great.
on it. Oh.
You gotta take that off, wash it, and then putting it back on can be a bit of a pain. But that's one thing you got to look out for.
Okay.
Good call, buddy.
That's just a
These are all great.
What got
tips.
you into these things, man?
That's what I'm saying, man. Nothing. I was like, I love because I'm an ice guy, man.
Yeah.
Ice,
He's a water guy and an ice
water,
guy.
and an ice guy.
Well, how are you on vapor?
Let
Do you like those 2 other states?
Liquid, solid.
Yeah. Where are you on the gas?
On the gas. Yeah.
You a vapor guy too? I'm a big water guy. I'm a big
ice
water
guy.
Yeah.
Once again, hearing that back sounds real dumb.
No, it's
I think
fine.
every human,
Nah,
to some
man.
degree, has to be a water person, or
Pretty
you'd
much.
be dead.
Yeah.
But I guess where I'm getting at is I'm approximately a gallon a day guy of water.
Okay.
Wow.
That's
a
where
lot.
that's why I say I'm a water guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would just keep. I'd love it. You'd pop the ice in and it would stay. You'd be like, dude, I have all my cubes in. I have every cube from 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're onto something.
Yeah,
Man.
it's like an extension with you. Like when you get something at Starbucks, you just put it right into your yeah.
Goes right in the Yeti.
Yeah.
Starbucks is not getting the press on it. I'm not giving them the press, man.
Yeah,
They
I
charged me
gotcha.
$9 for this tall whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll give
Yeah.
the press to the Yeti,
Yeah.
which we're doing right now. And we're talking about it. And I'll be talking to them on Twitter later today and getting some free stuff. So we got that going.
Yeah, we don't
And,
solicit free things from brands if they
What are
want
you
to send.
Sean does.
What is Tim wearing? Where did we get that from?
Well,
Free.
he's a friend, and we did do a lot for Jif over the years.
I'm making friends with these people.
Yeah.
So we will
Just
be friends.
Please don't appear desperate on our behalf.
Listen,
on
man.
the internet. Please don't.
I know how to talk to people.
Mhm.
You do not. Stay in your lane. I'll stay in mine. Got it?
Yep.
Good.
That's write that down. He knows how to talk to people.
I know,
He
he
does. I mean,
Well,
Coming from a man who never misspeaks.
Oh, I definitely.
listen, if there's one thing Sean does know how to do, it is talk to people.
Dude,
Sean can talk to anybody.
I turned Tim into a used car
Yeah, he
salesman
did. It was
man, about a
bad.
year and a half ago.
I had to get out.
Guy wants free gas every time he's out. He goes to the dealership to load up. Salesman.
Yeti, it is cool. It's become a little bit, maybe even the brand in some cases, they get ridiculed a little bit. Like it can be a little bit pretentious. It goes along with some of that Jeep, some of those people kind of trying to, it's a way to prove you're outdoorsy by spending
Right.
a whole bunch of money on a cup, right? They have a couple of retail stores. They've got one.
20, I believe.
Oh, is it 20?
The flagship is in Austin.
Oh, I've not been
Yeah.
to that one.
Yeah.
They put one in Chicago that I've been to. So they put one in Chicago in a space that used to be a place called the Double Door. It's this legendary music venue I believe it's on Milwaukee in this really cool neighborhood. We got to play there back in the
There's
day.
a wizard in Harry Potter, right?
Oh, that was really bad. No, that's Dumbledore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, dumb.
This
Sorry,
is the
man.
double door because it's on one of those weird intersections in Chicago. So there's a door on 2 different streets. Anyway,
Randy liked it.
Yeah, but Randy gives it up for everyone, man. He's a good sport back there.
you're a wizard, Harry. Anyway.
Yeah.
Everybody played at this venue. One of the hippest things for Smashing Pumpkins with the Rolling Stones played it. They did a warm-up show at the Double Door, this incredible place. They had to sell it, or they vacated the lease, and that's where they opened this Yeti store. So the neighborhood, you can imagine how many people upset about this, that it's a Yeti. It's like the ultimate, kind of commercialism. So I'm in there one time. The store is great. It's a little bit heartbreaking to be in this really cool venue. I saw all this great music. But the store is great. The stuff is cool. I'm in there with my cousin who was in a bunch of bands up in Chicago and played there. He had never been in there. And he's the guy working there. And he goes, he says to the guy, he goes, oh, this used to be a venue. I used to play here. And the guy's like, yeah, some people have mentioned that. Like all these, music fans from everywhere go into this place and they just stick it to the poor retail workers. Like it's their fault that this rock and roll.
I just applied for a job. Yeah.
Man. Some people have mentioned that before. I've actually heard that before. Like they see him coming in, they're like, "This is gonna be a guy."
Yeah, like that guy goes to work knowing every day, at least probably 3 times, he's gonna get that reference.
Yeah, I know. Rolling Stones, Smashing Pumpkins. I've heard it. You want to look at tumblers?
Tim, you want to go to fun?
Oh yeah,
facts?
I'd love to. Love fun facts. Yeti has a brand ambassador program, right? So this is Sean. You're in the brand ambassador game.
I'm in the program.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Yeti has like celebrities they reach out to and are like, "Hey, we'd like you to, use our stuff,
Sure,
because of your expertise in certain areas." Sean goes on Twitter and is like, "Come on, guys, just a couple of T-shirts or something." Like it's a little different. Come on, man.
The categories,
just anything. Just send us a pack of gum. We're cool. I mean, come on.
I do. If we do Wrigley's, I'll happily ask for gum, man. Why don't we put that on the books?
Oh, that's a great one.
That is a great one. So thanks for the idea, Greg.
Yeah.
Wrigley's it is.
Take a look at it.
Take a look at it. Yeah.
The categories for brand ambassadors over at Yeti: fish, hunt, Western equestrian, outdoor, food/beverage, which within that it's culinary, barbecue, and beverage, and health and wellness. No comedy or podcast,
Which we
category
couldn't slide in there.
I think so too.
Yeah, I saw this brand ambassador thing, and they within, I think, outdoor, there were these subcategories, and one was climb, and the other one was mountain, which is interesting to me because that means like there's people climbing stuff besides mountains,
right?
That are brand ambassadors. Like, what do you climb? Well, I'm more jungle gym. That's
Right.
I specialize in jungle gym.
Yeah.
And we'll get it. Sign him up, man.
Well,
He's
even better than that, there's people involved in mountains that aren't climbing them.
they're just
I guess
looking
they're
at him.
biking them. Yeah, I'm a big mountain guy. Oh, did you get to the top? No, man.
Nah, man.
kinda-
Mostly stand in front of it.
Yeah, I guess it's biking, mountain biking. But yeah, so they do have the brand ambassador program. Yeti says that smaller cubed pieces of ice are more suitable for use with their coolers. Small cubed ones is what they recommend. But they suggest dry ice is the best kind of ice to use. Yeah, no kidding, Yeti. Of course, it lasts longer.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure.
2-to-1 on the ice to beer ratio is what I read.
For beer in general, that's the best way. Or are you talking
I
about?
think I just saw beer. Maybe that's for any kind of drink. Probably for any kind of drink. But I saw you had 2-to-1. So it's twice as much ice as you have beer is what you want.
Oh, twice as much? I would have thought 2-to-1
that's
the
what
other
2-to-1
way.
means. Twice as much.
Yeah, I understand that, but the 2-to-1 ratio could be beer to ice or ice to beer.
Oh no, I think it's ice to beer.
Okay,
Yeah.
twice as much ice as you do whatever beverage you have.
Yeah.
Well, wait. How much? What is equivalent? Like, how many pieces of ice equal a beer?
I think if you would go just sort
by
of
weight.
by mass, sort of occupied area. So you would have if this was a beer, you would want 2 of these worth of ice. You'd have to eyeball it, Sean.
Okay.
You'd have to
All right.
eyeball it.
I see what you're saying.
Or measure the liquid, then freeze it.
Yeah.
And you can be a little bit more precise. You're a big water and ice guy.
But you
so
wouldn't want
fair.
to just
I'm a
measure the
water
liquid
guy.
and freeze it because they're saying ice cubes are the way to go.
Yeah, but you could
wouldn't
take,
want like
you could,
cylinders of this.
but you could take X amount of water.
Yeah.
Get the exact amount, put it in. Now ice expands.
smash it
Sean,
up.
I don't need to tell you that. You're a big ice guy.
Dude,
It expands.
I like water.
Anyway, that's
I also
Water
swim
too,
interesting.
man.
There was a Yeti bandit in East Texas around 2017. An ex-high school pitching prospect stole several Yetis and sold them on Craigslist. He targeted oil field workers staying at hotels.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I'd be messing with those guys.
Oil field guys?
Yeah. The roughnecks is what they're called. Some guy that's out there drilling in the oil fields. I don't think I'd steal his thing that makes his beer cold or his sandwiches. Whatever.
I agree, man. Yeah, you got a death wish there. No way I mess with those dudes.
Is that's what the term roughneck means?
Oil field worker.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that makes
roughnecks.
sense. No
Yeah.
kidding. I had no idea.
They're out there. Justin Smith, who has appeared on Nateland several times, funny comic, good guy. I don't think he was a roughneck, but he would like run stuff out to the roughnecks. That was his job. They were like, hey, we need a tool or we need this. And he'd have to go back and get it and bring it out.
Really?
The guy's working out in the oil fields down in Oklahoma.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeti has stated that its products benefited from being in the music video and lyrics of the song Buy Me a Boat by Chris Janson. I mean, Yeti, country music, certainly that culture lifestyle, which is so huge right now, has sort of embraced stuff like this. The Yeti coolers, that kind of boating lifestyle, the back of a pickup truck, all that stuff. Chris Janson has a song called Buy Me a Boat, and he references it. And then there's a music video by Kenny Chesney. Sean, you're a fan. Save It for a Rainy Day by Kenny Chesney. Both unsolicited endorsements. Yeah, they just mentioned Yetis, and Yeti's like, yeah, that was big for us. We got that Chesney money.
I remember early in my career, my headlining career, I was working, I think in Baltimore at a comedy club, and it was a mess, man. It was like all the beer you can drink for like $10 or something. So it's just like, just waitresses bringing trays full of draft beers, and I'm just up there trying to hang in there. And I think I just couldn't take it anymore. These people were there's like a group of people that just would not shut up, and they were drunk, and I threw them out. I was like, you guys got to get out of here. And they went out, and one of them muttered to himself, guy up there thinks he's Kenny Chesney or something.
I do?
I was like, I don't think I'm Kenny Chesney, man.
Kenny Chesney, Dr. Z of comedy and the Kenny Chesney.
Dude, that bottomless beer days, man. I remember going to watch shows before I ever started stand up, and you're like, this is insane. It's like $10 all you can drink, ticket included.
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
what are you doing?
It was so hard.
Oh,
because anyways, it's
Crazy,
hard
dude.
just the normal amount of like responsible drinking because the waitresses are gonna sort of disrupt the show, but you get used to that rhythm. Now imagine them coming back and forth 30 more times than they normally do because these guys are, I'm gonna get my money's worth.
Just a complete train wreck.
Yeti goes hard online on the April Fool's Day pranks.
Yeah.
Every year they do the Yeti casket. They'll be like, oh, where's her? Because Yeti gets in that, but they're like, it's Yeti this, Yeti that. And they're like, here's the Yeti casket. They also said former NFL player Jordan Shipley has spent his retirement milking elks or milking, and they offered a Yeti milking starter kit. Milking elks is called milking. I didn't know that.
It's not.
Oh, that's
that
the
was
joke?
Part of the prank. They said that they made up this whole thing that there was people that milked elk.
Oh, okay.
And they called it milking, and this NFL guy did it. Yeah, it was like a whole prank, and you fell for it.
They need better writers. It's not that.
All right, Tim.
I like it. I think it's great.
Let's hear about this for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
That's how this should go. If that's me, off the hook of that. Immediately off the hook. Off the hook. It's that never even happened, Randy. That's the world we live in. Logic and why.
Yeah, man.
That's the world.
Moving on.
You just say dumber stuff, man. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, what did I just say there that was dumb?
Nothing now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just clowning
Yeah,
Tim, man. He thought you could milk an elk.
Yeah.
I thought he was doing a bit.
You
took
thought
it
I
serious.
was?
Yes. So that's why I shut up. I was like, all right,
It was pretty
punchline.
dumb.
Greg called him out.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay. And now we're going to move on. And it never happened. Never.
Milking.
Milking.
Yeti.
Elkin Melkin.
However this thing got created, I think you earned it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I mean, it's a lot of work, man.
I've hit the wall laughing twice today. That's a
Yeah,
good,
man,
that's a
you're
good
bouncing.
episode.
Tim is bouncing
That
off
is
the
a
walls.
good
Literally, man. Like fish.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Like fish?
Bounce around the room.
Yeah, sure.
There you go. Greg didn't get it.
Listen,
I didn't get it. What's that from?
it's a fish song.
Oh, yeah.
Man, listen to Fee the other day. It was hot in 97.
Yeah.
Yeti, even in the movie game, Yeti backed its first feature-length film in 2017, the survival documentary Charged, about Eduardo Garcia, a chef who survived a 2,400-volt shock from a hidden power line while hiking in the Montana backcountry.
Got to check that out. Charged.
Great title.
Yeah.
For such an incident. If you put a, you already said this, there's some strange uses for Yetis. An American expat businessman loaded a Yeti with Chick-fil-A to take back to his family in Hong Kong. Photographers use the coolers to store equipment.
That's cool.
I assume actual film is involved in that. Maybe that's why.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds neat. And it's also like, you're not getting in there.
Yeah. Right. Keeps it cool.
You said something about a cool title, Charged.
Yeah.
I saw an article. I read articles,
Is that right?
to do research for this.
Oh.
Yeah. One of them was about Yeti, and it was entitled Pot of Cold.
Pot of Cold. That's good.
Pretty good.
I like
That's
it.
good.
Good.
Sure, man.
That is good. Good
Yeah.
for them.
Nice job.
Strong. Did you say that these guys' last name Cedars? Is that how you pronounced it?
Cedars. Yeah.
Cedars. So Roger Cedars, the dad of the two brothers that
Yep.
kind of exploded
Yeah,
this
yeah.
thing. He keeps a refrigerator out back stocked with cold drinks for the UPS drivers when they stop by with a delivery. So
I'm Googling Pot of Cold because I'd like to give that writer credit
Yeah.
for that.
let's change,
Or that publication.
change
Yeah,
his
it's a
life.
nice thing to do, man.
Yeah.
There's like 80 of them.
Oh, is there a
Pot of Cold. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Somebody else. Yeah. Randy, Google Pot of Cold.
He's on it.
Pot of Cold recipe.
Pot of Cold, but also have
Yeti
in there.
Art, and maybe the word article. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find it. That's those are your fun facts, my friends.
That's all we got.
There you go. That's all we got today.
Let's get right
Good
to
stuff,
comments
man.
because I know there's a lot of comments.
Yeah.
And for once, Sean, I need you to dial in on this because there's a lot at stake here.
Sure, buddy. I'm
We're
locked
giving
in.
away we're giving away a cooler.
What?
Yeah, we're giving away a cooler.
Oh, for the best comment today.
Best comment today.
Well, I gathered these comments not even aware that was
That's
happening.
good.
Makes it
That's
even
good.
more.
Yeah.
Double blind, I think is what you call that.
Wow, we're giving that cooler away. I was going to give away this sticker. Now it doesn't feel as cool.
Where'd you get that?
I got
One of
ways.
your new.
I told you, I've been talking to him on Twitter.
There was an article in Texas Monthly that maybe that's not what it's entitled. Texas Monthly. If there's any of these brands that have anything to do with Texas, man, you are going to get a lot of information from Texas Monthly. It's a great publication.
I read it every week.
I don't think you do.
Well, every month, right?
No, I read.
Man, we missed it.
I did. Yeah,
Good. That was
I
good.
did this one before. I made
Oh,
the
you did?
same joke. Maybe it was a practice episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was
I think you did do that joke. before.
Yeah, I think so.
that was
too.
probably the B-side.
That's a great joke, man.
Strong.
Keep trying.
Yeah, and you guys just.
Hey, man, I'm saying right now that's a great joke.
Thanks, buddy.
It was. I just did. Yeah, it was.
Eric likes it. He's military. Let's get to your comments. These are mostly from YouTube. These are from the episode where I wasn't there. Green Giant.
I did Randy. I've done Randy played bass
Yeah.
30 times and nobody's acknowledged it.
No, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. how we didn't
After 10 times.
yes, because people had commented so often to be like, "Look, Greg keeps doing the thing," and
Yeah.
I didn't.
You hated it.
The version that was posted, I didn't get. Yeah, it's a fine joke, but I almost think it's
never
funnier.
was acknowledged.
But I think it's funnier if we continue to not acknowledge. Like
I
you
agree.
always
I
let it
agree.
hang.
I
Let
agree.
the person complete it in their head.
I'm not whining about it like you did with Texas Monthly. Now I am, but I didn't for a long time.
I mean, it sounds like complaining.
Yeah, I know.
Now,
'cause
yeah, I am complaining now. Yeah.
This guy, he's locks all over. He's so captious every day.
Captious.
Captious.
It's tough, man.
Enunciate.
I didn't
Hey,
really.
enunciate. Can you enunciate?
Captious.
Captious. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's tough?
Just I didn't know how to sneak that one in today, so I kind of forced it.
It's a good one. I don't,
I think it fit. I think
CAP.
it's like always
SIUS?
making objections.
no, it's-
CAPTIOUS.
Oh.
CAP what?
CAPTIOUS.
Oh, captious. And how did you just use it?
That's cautious, Randy.
Hang on, Randy. We're familiar with the word cautious.
Cautious.
Yeah,
That
we all-
actually
we all
I
know
know.
that one.
I'm very proud to say that.
CAP, not the thing in the desert.
You need to be a little more cautious
There
when
it
you're
is.
typing
There it
these
is.
things in.
You got it, man.
What?
Tending to find fault or raise petty objections.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I try. I don't know. I think
No,
I got
you're
it
there,
in
man.
right
I think
there.
you're there.
That's
Yeah.
a great word.
That
Yeah.
is a good word, man.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's a good for you, Sean.
So put it on the books.
Captious.
Some very
Captious.
nice person. Well, I think Jody keeps a list, and I think somebody else makes like some sort of
The graphics.
the graphics. I'm so sorry. I can't think of your name off the top of my head. It's
Yes.
very nice.
And we met her in, I want to say in Columbus. And I
Oh,
can't-
yeah?
Did we meet her?
Yes.
Okay. But she's got like this whole like Photoshop thing almost of like word of the day, like what the brand is. It's really cool. It's
There's
really cool.
A graphic for each one
That's what I'm
of
saying.
your words, along with whatever brand we were doing that episode. It's great. I hope
It's very nice.
I hope
Makes
it
me
keeps
feel
going.
good. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate the support.
Let's find out who that is because we need to honor
I
them.
can't think. Yeah, maybe Randy can hop into the
Yeah.
group real quick. But just another reason to get on the Consumers Podcast fan page to see all those words.
It's on
Jump
Facebook.
together.
It's-
Get on
we
Facebook.
Yeah,
we
jump
some-
in.
be a
man.
part
It's
They're
of
lot
nice
fun.
people, very funny people on there.
So here we go. Here are your comments. Funniest one is going to win this $700 cooler. These are comments
And
on.
when you figure in shipping, it might get up
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
true. Got to stick something in there too when you mail it.
Yeah.
This is from the Brando episode where I was not here from Green Giant episode. Scooty Justin said,
I mean, he's off to a good start with a name.
yeah,
I'll tell you what. Yeah, he's way ahead of the curve here.
he said, there is no way Nate greenlit the bearskin story. Because Brando went in on that bearskin, the movie he used to watch, and you guys got deep into that. And
Oh man,
That's pretty funny.
He was in so deep on that thing.
I listened and enjoyed it. I had no idea.
So did I, but he was like, it was like he told the story and he was on it for about 10 minutes and he didn't even tell the story.
He was not on it for 10 minutes. You were obsessed because you knew the story. So you were obsessed with him hitting certain points. As somebody who didn't know anything, I was very invested in him telling.
You just wanted
about
to hear about maggots
that
for 20
episode.
minutes.
He did say maggots 9 times.
He did.
That's all he talked about were the
Agreed.
maggots.
And I'm not a fan, but anyway,
Yeah.
Justin says there's no way Nate greenlit that story. Amy Baumiller, 1034, said, to measure the quality of a joke on this show, we need to start using the Randy Laugh-O-meter. He's so quiet, but when he hears a good one, he busts out laughing.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that. That's a good way to measure stuff.
Yeah.
Well-
I dig it.
What?
He liked that double door joke that I made.
Yeah, that one was fine. I don't have a problem with that joke at all.
You literally said earlier that's not funny.
Ah,
Yeah,
did I?
Yeah, you did.
I
Yeah.
thought it was fine.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I know you didn't love it.
Yeah.
I didn't love it at the time. It's
Yeah,
good.
Okay.
You know what? I was confused. I was trying to find the I was
Yeah.
thinking of Hagrid. You're a wizard, Harry.
What you were doing is you didn't really listen to the joke because you were too busy trying to top it,
No, dude.
tag it.
No. I'm only gonna tag your Harry Potter joke. I was just trying to remember who Dumbledore was.
Because that matters.
Should we continue?
Carry on, buddy. You're
Yeah,
doing a
let's do it.
fantastic job. Bang up job over there, Sunvolt.
This is thank you. This one I love. Sally Duke 8006.
Maybe we don't use the Randy meter.
Yeah. Yeah. Eric Meter too. Sally Duke 8006 said, when he first said it, I thought Quisenberry was Sean's word of the week.
Oh, man.
Because you referenced
I can
Dan
see that.
Quisenberry. Chase Keo 6831 said, I'm liking this podcast more and more. Usually I partake of the product as well on whatever you're covering, but not this week. Get that green trash out of here.
Oh, yeah, doesn't like the
Did a
vegetable.
vegetable. Yeah, it's understandable. Jay Quinn Creates said, here we go. The Keith Sewer bit gets 390 out of 5 oyster crackers. We
Okay.
talked about Keith Sweat and I did enjoy that.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's pretty stupid.
Except for
Except for what?
I think Keith Sweat should be treated with a little bit more respect.
I think it was
You called him a hip hop artist. He's not. He's a like a crooner.
Oh, okay.
He's an R&B soul singer.
All right, man. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there's a couple songs I'd strongly disagree with.
That you would say are hip hop?
For Keith Sweat, yeah.
Gonna make you
Yeah.
sweat. Wasn't that him?
No,
that
that's
was-
CNC Music Factory.
That was not him. That was CNC Music Factory.
Things that make you go, CNC.
Different song.
Very fun.
I don't think
Different
you're
song,
right.
correct.
What?
No, we're like 100.
You think Keith Sweat sang "Everybody Dance Now"?
No. I think he said. I thought he
Gonna
said-
make you sweat.
Gonna
is-
make you sweat.
Okay.
CNC. Right? Keith Sweat.
Oh, he has a song called "Make You Sweat."
He does.
I did do research
but
on
I
this.
think
When I do these jokes, like I Googled and it was like, doesn't he have a song called "Make You"? So it's not gonna make you sweat; it's make you sweat. So
Right.
sorry about that, buddy.
That's okay.
Yeah.
There's a middle ground there. Nobody's wrong. Nobody's right.
yeah, everyone came out clean there, man.
Another
it was
Keith-
a draw.
Another Keith Sweat song.
No. On that one, yeah, that you need to apologize for jumping on me.
I won't.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
then.
Tim
Fine.
doesn't.
Yeah, just speaks to your character.
He jumped on you too. What I jumped on you about is the. I don't think he's a hip hop artist.
Make you sweat. All right. I do stand corrected. I didn't know which genre to place him in, and that will be a problem with me ongoing. I am not a music guy.
Yeah.
Kenny
you're not
Chesney,
bad though, man.
country.
You should have done more research.
I mean,
Bragging about all this research.
you're looking at that yacht rock stuff, right?
Love it.
Anyway, regardless, Keith Stewart joke was strong. Susan Wilson, 8487, said when Green Giant and Pillsbury merged, they couldn't have the Green Giant be bigger in physical size than the Pillsbury Doughboy, so they created Sprout. I live in LeSueur, and it was a rite of passage to work summers at the factory. They still have the billboard of the giant on the hill driving into the factory.
That's cool.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know if it's cooler worthy, but that's a good fact.
We'll get to that.
Pat the Rick says,
What's
I
his
guess
name?
were
Path of Rick?
Pat the Rick, were you a little under the weather for this episode?
Yeah, I was. And I just can't shake this cold. I've had it for 2 weeks.
He's sticking it to you. He says, could Greg sound less excited or tired? I have an idea. Next episode, do Red Bull while Greg drinks Red Bull.
Okay.
If we ever do Red Bull,
I
it
love
would be
this
fun.
comment because literally last episode we got a comment that said Greg needs to take it down 6 notches. So, like what it's Goldilocks here. Like I can't get it right.
Yeah.
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 I was 2 up on the last one. The one before that. Yeah, the guy came in like hard. Was like, I hate it. He was like saying how like I won't shut up and I interrupt you guys too much.
I didn't see
And
that
I
one.
need to take it down 6 notches. That was
Wait.
not on this one. We read that comment.
Hold
Brando
on.
read that comment. And
Yeah.
man, is Brando good
Is
at
this
comments.
guy from Richmond?
Oh, no.
That said that?
No. He's just talking
Oh.
about those people that hated me in Richmond.
Took a second.
Yeah.
A little deep.
I
but-
thought maybe he was from Rochester. It sounds like a.
Roger. Oh man, I got a few fans back home.
yeah,
man.
No, I mean you.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, Sean's,
I got my
Yeah, he's-
sniper account.
yeah, or he's calling his buddy Mike and be like, hey, man, say Greg sucks, you know?
Oh, Mike would.
Some
He's the
along
man
the
that he would
lines.
never.
Yeah.
He would
Sean
never, man.
rules.
Yeah.
Gutless, man. Gutless people who, I know this guy's just having fun, not him, but people who like, just are like sheer anger online.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's just, not that I'm some wonderful person. It's never occurred to me like, you know what? I'm going to sit down. I'm going to pull up Yelp. It's like Greg with the Starbucks thing. We can't do it.
Yeah.
We can't rat them out that they didn't have the tea bags right. You know, it just doesn't feel right.
No.
I think doing Red Bull and just throwing back Red Bulls is kind of a fun idea.
I'm not doing that.
Why? You don't drink Red Bull ever?
No, I think that stuff is really, it's dangerous.
I do agree with you.
I
It's
have
all-
it. I have it before, like some music shows that I do. I'll drink
Okay.
because it caffeine has quite an effect on me.
Me too, but like, I don't need, I tea. What, a Starbucks tea
This is making
Yeah.
me want to do the episode more and more. Then,
Of what,
Okay.
Red Bull?
yeah,
with me on Red Bull.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, dude, you want to talk about that?
yeah.
Yeah, we'll have
DMs
fun with that
it.
one. That
Yeah.
the kid who like owns it now, Google owner of Red Bull, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know much
It's
about
a
it.
mess.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just drinking, driving, people not living. He's got
Oh.
a bag of cash.
I hate it. That's terrible.
There was some. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to get to it. Maybe we would do an episode.
No,
maybe
it's
we
all
won't,
right.
But
Yeah.
either way.
I guess you guys talked about giving away pieces of the old table because people.
Yeah.
You got that right.
A lot of
We
people
are.
jumped on that, and there's not going to be like 1,500 pieces of that table. So that's going to be a long-term project, and we will figure out a fair way for people to get those pieces.
Do we do it at shows? Maybe give them out.
Maybe
at
it's a
shows?
live thing,
Somebody suggested making coasters, which I think is pretty cool. Randy, I don't know if that is in your wheelhouse.
Mookapotamus.
Oh yeah, Mook could do it. We send Mook. We find a way to get the table to Mook, right?
Oh yeah.
And then we have him make coasters out of the table.
Actually, you could send it to him because by the time it got to him, it would be broken up into 1,600 coasters.
Just decay. Oh, Sean.
That's good, man. That was funny. That was spot on, man.
I got it to him.
Great.
No,
great
my
joke.
dad might be able to do something.
Oh,
with
yeah,
it.
Dad would.
I think
even better.
I think it's like maybe we just send pieces to the table with autograph with some like polyurethane over it or something like clear coat.
Ooh, polyurethane.
Oh,
over
this
here.
guy-
Randy
fancy.
called it
Speaking like
clear
Randy.
coat. Yeah, is polyurethane and clear coat the same thing, Randy?
Yeah, turn my microphone. Sorry about that. Polyurethane is a type of clear coat. There's like polyurethane varnish, lacquer. Polyurethane is generally used on floors. Lacquer is usually like on cabinets and things like that. I probably get some spray lacquer from one of the stores that dries really fast.
Lacquer guns and ammo.
Yep, absolutely. Dries fast and is very durable.
The women that listen to this show that love Randy, that
Oh,
just
dude.
really did it for him. I
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
just tell you
man.
that right now.
Oh yeah,
I probably just
Nah, it's a
not even-
national treasure now because of this thing.
It was whatever. It was a foreign language to me, but some ladies out there got real excited.
Did you suggest bringing it on the road, the table?
Amen's. We
Pieces.
could just give those away.
We make coasters, and then you come to the
Oh,
comedy shows.
assuming they're made coasters. I thought it was
Yeah.
already just chunks of wood. And the
Yeah,
TSA
maybe
is
we
gonna
do
have
that at a live event. I mean, maybe I'll hold back a couple for people that already reached out, but don't. If you reach out, and I need to apologize because I was like, reach out, we'll get you a piece of the table. Like, well, we just don't. We're not gonna have enough of them. We haven't figured out. So if you already reached out, I'll try to figure out a way to hook you up. But I think to give out the most of the table, I think the way that makes the most sense is in a couple of our first live events. Maybe we'll just be like, hey, we're going to give out some of the table pieces.
What are we talking size? Like coaster size is what we're going
I think
for.
that's the way to do
Yeah.
it. I think these are great. And I mean, I'll say this. If you come to Zany's in Chicago on June 1st, I'll at least have replica table coasters.
Oh, is that right?
Meaning
All right,
it won't necessarily be the right table, but there'll be coasters up there.
He just undercut like what we're trying to do, just sell tickets to a show in Chicago. And I'm glad you should go see Tim in Chicago.
June
But,
1st at Zany's in Old Town.
June 1st, Zany's in Old Town, which is a really, really cool venue. Only about 120 seats in there. So it's going to be a tough ticket to get. But Tim can give away whatever he wants there. But we're going to save the table pieces or anything that's a replica of the table pieces for a Consumers Live podcast.
I mean, replicas that's fine.
Yeah.
Replicas?
Just let's go to the fun fact.
he can't take it.
We already did fun facts a long time ago.
Oh yeah,
You
comments.
gotta
I'm sorry.
focus, man.
I got one more comment, and then we're gonna have to determine
That's all you got?
who's getting the thing. Yeah, I went through all.
That
of
was
them.
pretty good, man.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. My God.
Like 3 comments.
Well, I'll tell you what I did. Everybody wanted a piece of the table. That was a lot of comments. So I'm just
Okay.
letting you know there's a ton of those, the coaster thing, whatever. And then I refused to bring up
Yeah. I'm with you.
what we should call. I'm just so sick of it.
Yeah, no, it's got to be shut down.
So I
It's got to take a 6-week hiatus.
took those out as well. Which no judgment on anybody's whatever.
No,
Just
no.
we can't spend any more time talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's not gone forever, and maybe we'll figure out a way to like decide what we're going to call people, and to devote like one episode. But I'm with you. Like we can't do it ongoing.
Yeah.
It's just I think people get bored of it.
Check back
Yeah.
in on it
We'll
later.
check back in
but,
on it later. Yeah.
I'm
For right now, it's
Yeah.
the group to be named later.
We'll decide on episode 381.
I got to do important thing. Yeah, like this. The Truth Group said Brando was going on quite a bit about how much he loves Gallagher, and he said, "I'm so glad to finally hear someone give proper credit to Gallagher. He was the absolute king when I was growing up in the '80s. Every time a new special dropped on Showtime, I was glued to my television set. He's remembered for the end of his show, Watermelon Antics, but his true genius was as a stand-up. He not only knew how to make me laugh, he also taught me how to think. Absolute brilliance."
Cool. Yeah.
Who taught you how to think? Gallagher.
Gallagher.
Yeah, man.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Those are your comments. Is there something that sticks out? My favorite is
Sally Duke.
yeah,
Is
the
what I
Quisenberry thing. And I mean that
Agree.
was she wasn't even making
Yeah.
I will say she wasn't even making a joke. She
Yeah.
stumbled across that. It made
Randy,
me
are you
laugh.
okay with sending Sally Duke the cooler?
I
Scooty
thought maybe
Justin is
like
up there.
one of you guys would take it, but yeah, I think that was good. That I got a good giggle out of that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, just for in the room. Eric, you want to weigh in on this?
Yeah, I'm a fan of Quisenberry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sally
All
Duke
right.
wins the cooler. Sally,
This is big.
you can DM me on my Instagram. We need to get an email for this place. Do we have that?
This place.
Do we have some sort of way to get
No.
out in touch with us?
Nope.
Okay, so Sally, just DM me on my Instagram, or
I think we've seen Sally's work in the Facebook page. So
you put it in the Facebook page if you're comfortable with that. I think you can DM me maybe in Facebook, but we'll figure out a way to get you that cooler. Your address. It's a nice cooler. It's a real nice cooler.
It is. I'm jealous.
We also got some gifts that were sent to us. Let's go through those.
Some mail. This is incredible. This looks like a box of cookies with they're personalized. Randyland. There's a Randyland cookie, a Jif cookie, Consumers logo cookie. So cool. The accompanying note, which I have not read yet, says, "Hey guys, I love listening to your podcast while I decorate cookies. I have to be careful sometimes. You make me laugh and I mess up. Greg, sorry if you are still off sugar. These probably taste like your recipe.
These are amazing.
I have a new edible printer. Whoa. I thought these could be fun to make for you all. Enjoy, Patty Brennan." Brennan Bakes, retired Kirkwood teacher. Unbelievable.
There's Sean Salmon.
There it is.
There.
Yeah, that's great.
No way.
There is that's a tractor or what's it? A fork? Oh, it's a forklift.
Forklift.
It's a forklift for Tim. It's we got Jif on there, and they look awesome, man. This is so cool.
So again, Brennan Bakes on Facebook.
Brennan Bakes. These are really they're packaged. Oh, we got a Randyland one.
Logo is
Amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, these look really good. I think. Oh, so they were shipped to the UPS store in Kirkwood. Randy, if you could flash that up. But that's where our box is, and I guess she brought them in personally. She brought them in, and so she gave the UPS employees some of these cookies. And I walked in, and these guys are eating cookies. Like they just, I think it was
Consumers
like
logo?
today they're eating consumer logo cookies. Like we're out there, guys. Like one way or another, we're gonna find people.
That is great.
In an unorthodox manner. Yeah, but my friend Susan, who I love, runs that UPS store over on Argonne in Kirkwood. She's been there forever, and it's just I love that place, and I love all the employees there. But awesome. Thank you, Patty. These look amazing.
I know, they look so good. I don't want to eat them because I don't want to I feel like they're so unique.
And she has the ingredients printed on the back: flour, butter, sugar, eggs, vanilla, baking powder, and almond extract. Baking powder, I think, is rare for a cookie because baking powder raises more than baking soda. Usually you'd see baking powder in a biscuit, but these look amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Very nice.
More letters. I'm going to do some more here. Hello, consumers. I've listened to your podcast from the very first show, and now here we are on show 575. Way to go. I know this is an odd request, but after listening to all 575, maybe 623 by the time you receive this letter, I've noticed there are many musicians, guitarists on your show. I was hoping to trade picks with some of you. I have done this in the past with Rory Scovel and Daniel Van Kirk, DVK, as well as with a few radio show folks, local DJs, including the infamous Danny Bonaducci.
Oh, yeah.
I know you don't have consumers picks. Oh, we should do that. That'd be really cool. Yet.
Somebody took a pic of us the other day.
But I was hoping for a Ludo pick or maybe a Greg Allman pick from Randy. Please don't mention those names on air, as I do not want a bunch of people hounding them for picks. I am sending a bunch of picks for those who play or want to try. I'm also sending a few blank white picks with the hopes that you could sign/autograph them, usually with a Sharpie. That works best. Best wishes for 2025. Love the show. Greg. That is awesome.
Very cool, man.
I think he did that because he thought we were going to write in pencil on that.
On the picks. Yeah. That's cool. These picks are cool.
I've listened to these guys' podcasts. They're pretty stupid.
Right.
Cool guitar shop. That's awesome. Really cool. So yeah, we'll send some. I actually don't play with a pick when I play guitar.
Okay. Randy?
Yeah. Randy does.
I use a pick when I play guitar. When I play bass, no, I don't use a pick. I use my Fenders.
Randy played bass.
I'm not sending you one of my Fenders.
Oh, boy.
You're not sending a Fender pick?
No, I'm not going to send you one of my fingers. My Fender.
Oh, Fender.
My Fender.
Okay. I don't know.
Like I said, the ladies are loving it.
Bass.
Wait a minute, Tim. Do people, if you play the bass, I feel like I've never seen bass players use a pick. Or am I way out to lunch in that one?
Some do, some don't, right, Randy?
Guitarist, I do. I never can recall a pick being used in bass.
Or different songs might call. Randy's a bassist. He can answer this.
Sting uses a pick. He sings a lot. I will if I'm singing a lot, which I don't do much anymore. But yeah, pretty much.
Randy, the beginning of
the women are losing their minds right now.
Yeah,
if I'm singing.
Yeah,
Jeez,
the beginning of the TV show Barney Miller. There's a great bass. Like, were they using a pick or no in that?
I'm going to say probably not. I used to know how to play it, and I could probably do it again, but I did not use it.
Strong. Oh, boy, a lot of stuff here. All right, here we go. Another letter. And Rainey's going to put that address up. Yeah, it's 101 West Argonne, St. Louis, Missouri. Box 158, 63122. Dear consumers, it's Luke Payne writing back with some gifts. A little thanks for the very kind gesture you did by signing the Pringles can and sending it back. And a big thanks for the salmon shirt and Buffalo Bills towel from Sean.
Over here.
I am a Steelers fan, so the Bills towel is a close second to the terrible towel, but still go Bills.
I'll tell you what, I do legit. I would squeeze for the Steelers if the Bills were out. I have no hatred. I like those blue collar cities, kind of those rough. Detroit, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, man.
Yeah,
it's got grit.
Paris,
Pally. I got 3 stickers for you guys and a magnet for Randy from his bandmate's dad's band. Sorry for the huge box with such little gifts. That's all I had. I think you guys can figure out which sticker goes to which person. Again, hopefully you guys will get a chance to do a show in Charleston, West Virginia. If so, I will be there. Again, thank you guys again. Love listening every week. I will end this letter with one of my favorite Bible verses. Sean 3:90. For you have the right to charge your phone.
There it is.
And live in the why and the logic. Sincerely, Luke Payne. So,
my man.
We got a magnet that says, got the Allman Brothers.
Oh,
that's for Randy. We have a Buffalo Bills sticker.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What a good egg. That's really cool, man.
A St. Louis Cardinals sticker, which I'm sure is for Greg because there's a Notre Dame Fighting Irish sticker that I'm sure.
Yeah, Tim's alma mater.
Yeah. You know, I think Tim and I think the Fighting Irish.
Yeah.
All the time.
Pretty good. We got another one here. Hey guys, thanks for the great podcast each week. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you on the Nateland cruise. In honor of your 390th episode, I've sent along some awards to mark the occasion. Thanks for the laughs, Scott Elliott. P.S. There's a picture here. This is me on the left and my brother Daniel on the right with Greg in California. So it's a picture of Greg, post-show Greg, and then 2 guys wearing the Nateland podcast t-shirt. So it's these 2 brothers, which is awesome. And now, these certificates.
Oh, certificates.
I'm just seeing these for the first time.
What's going on?
It says the coterie of the these are real fancy gold. What do you call that? Gold leafed almost
embossed.
I like that.
Yeah.
They're certificates that are very official looking. Yeah. They've got a seal on them. This one it's got a.
I don't see a seal.
That is a seal, my friend. Oh.
I knew it.
God, that wasn't a real seal in here. That was just me doing it.
That was him. Yeah. No, I put it together.
Eric, you were a seal. Oh, you were a movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he was a seal.
Here we go. This certificate, the coterie of the consumers, presented to Greg Warren, has been awarded the certificate of perseverance in recognition of putting up with Dustin Nickerson's roast and some numerous dumb comments from Sean.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
The graphic on here is a jar of Jif. Here you are.
I'm honored. Thank you very much.
I'll go next. The coterie of the consumers, this one's for me, Tim Convey, has been awarded the certificate of achievement in recognition of reading my Darth Elliott, that's his name, Darth Elliott's comments on the show in 14% of your episodes.
Nice.
The graphic on mine is a shopping cart.
Oh yeah. Tim, his favorite, man. He wants that.
Yeah.
He wants that shot.
Too bad Sean and I are not in there.
Okay. The coterie of the consumers, this one is for Sean O'Brien.
I'm going to get hit.
He's been awarded, you guessed it, the 390 award in recognition of 3 minutes and 90 seconds worth of laughter. Signed, Scott Elliott. His graphic is, of course, a salmon. The fish.
Love it.
And then he wants us to send this one back to him. This is one that it looks like we are issuing him. He's been awarded the Fan Appreciation Award in recognition of being an excellent member of the coterie. He's got our logo and everything on there, and a self-addressed stamped envelope. So thanks for that, Scott. Anyway, thank you guys for mailing stuff, for the comments, for sending us stuff, and for continuing to show up at shows and stuff.
Yeah, this is all really cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Real good stuff.
Can I plug stuff?
We have been the consumers.
Oh, come on.
What do you want to plug?
We just announced some music show. So we're bringing Can You Feel the Punk tonight, the punk rock Disney tribute, to Chicago, Illinois, and Madison, Wisconsin. So we just announced those dates. CanYouFeelThePunkTonight.com or TimConveyStuff.com, all that. So I'm in Chicago at Zany's doing stand-up
June 1st,
Sunday, June 1st. And then I'll be in Chicago with Can You Feel the Punk Tonight, August 9th. And then Madison, I believe, the 10th. So TimConveyStuff.com. Tickets for all those just went on sale. And as you said earlier, that Chicago, June 1st, that's a small room. get those tickets because I'd love to have some of the coterie out there supporting.
Outstanding.
Replica coasters.
They're not going to be there.
Replicas.
Anything that you want to plug, Sean?
Well, I think, I don't know. It's tricky because when this comes out, it might be a pointless plug.
Okay.
It's a date interference.
Well, just tell us about it.
St. Louis.
anyways.
I'll be at the Westport Funny One, St. Louis. March.
In March.
What's today?
Yeah, March. That sounds
In
good.
March, 27th through the 30th.
Okay, we might hit it. We may not.
I don't know. It just depends. We got a lot
We're
of stuff
recording
going
this
on.
episode a little bit early.
Yeah,
but
Greg's going to Europe, so
Yeah, we're trying to bank a few episodes because I'm going to Europe with Nate. So if you guys can make it over to Oslo or Paris or London, Manchester, some of those places and more, come see me and Nate and Mike Vecchione. Very funny
Love that.
guy.
That's such a great show.
is it just the three of you on the show, as far as you know?
Yeah, it's
Dude,
the three of
that's
us. Yeah, it's
wild,
going to be great.
man.
Yeah.
And my comedy special that has not been named yet is coming out May 16th.
That's right.
On Nateland. And I'm real excited about it. We're in the final stages of editing. I hope you guys check it out. And I hope I don't bug you too much over the next month begging you to watch it.
You think you're close on a name, man, or you're not even talking about it yet?
We've been throwing around the champ.
Oh, that's cool.
I love it, man.
Yeah, we've been throwing around
I like
the champ.
that, man.
That is great.
That got me immediately.
Yeah, throwing that around.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good, man.
I think it was a movie with Ricky Schroeder. We have been the consumers. You have been consumed.